Hey, it's Liz with Northern Belle Farms. I'm in Zone 8B, almost 9. I'm southeast Georgia, right on the coast. So we have so much stuff going on. I'm trying to finish, as usual, a bunch of stuff in the next 3 days. I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. So this video will be those 3 days and what I've got accomplished. That way I can document it to show myself that I've actually been making progress, because this time of year when everything is so busy and, you know, holidays, well, most holidays are past, but Easter's coming up, so family time and work and spring and seeds and transplants and marketing and all of that. So I try to focus, and it's really hard because I have to do all of those. So here's what I've done today. I moved and they're not loving it. I moved the baby chicks that we had on the back porch in the big brooder back out here because we have baby chicks inside in the incubator. They're little, so they can squeeze between the bays here. So I just blocked off the rabbit on the other side, but they can have these other 3 bays. I've temporarily moved the meat birds to one of the bunny bays because they're supposed to have their own space, you know, and that brooder was way too small, and I can't do that to animals. I can't have them in a space where they can barely move. They really only had like 6 to 8 inches on each side with both of them in there that they could move. So it's only like 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet, and I'm just not loving it. So I moved them in here where they have more space for right now, and then I'm gonna get my husband to finish on the other pen over there and the gate for the back, and then I have to move the fencing, and then we have to buy more wood and put the pen here, pen there, and then I want to move this somehow over to there and put a pen here so we can have the 3 new pens. I would like to get rid of these chickens or these roosters that I board, because this one is super mean. Anytime I walk by him, let's see if he'll do it, and turn my back to him, he follows me and kicks the cage. He also kicks me if I walk in there to get them water. The other one's starting to do it because he's in there, and we let the 3rd one out. So, but I would like to try and keep that other one if he doesn't get too mean. And then right now I'm working on transplanting lettuce and kale and a bunch of transplants in the out front garden.
Come on, babies. What are you doing? Come in.
Your turn. Play no cards.
Valley.
Play a card by placing it face on top of the discard pile. Follow the instructions.
Hey, this is Freya from Northern Farms.
Yep. We are gonna open the incubator. They started hatching Sunday night. It's now Wednesday morning, so we gotta get the ones out. We're gonna try and move them out real quick to this basket, and hopefully we'll leave enough humidity since we're in the grow room, which is set to be humid. It is set at, the temperature broke, but the humidity gauge is set at almost 80% humidity in this room. So it's about 78%. So I'm hoping that we can keep the box humid enough when we open this. I'm going to quickly put all the chicks in that basket, and then we're going to move them out to the new basket real quick so we can move them out to the brooder.
Oh
my God, it's only 1, 2,
look how small they are.
3,
Okay.
4, 5,
These walls are too big.
6, 24, 25,
Close the door. Or, no.
26, 27.
Put a pin on back in.
28.
That it?
28.
Are you
Don't move them. Watch out. I gotta go quick because they're gonna get cold.
You're getting squeezed.
Why? Hazel squeezing them?
No.
Stop. It's okay. Let's go.
I'll catch it. I know. Oh, my little baby. Oh, my kitty. You don't have to close the door, Hazel. Oh, you have to. I want these chickens, cow. Can I see them?
Mm-hmm.
Once they get in here, you're all ready.
Mm-hmm. So now I got to look at this gray one. The only gray blue one. Okay.
Can't we come in too?
Hang on. Dip your face in the water.
It's a baby mama.
Dip you in the food.
Then give us it. You can
Wash that off. And then go under there. No, go under there.
go on.
It says 70% humidity in there. It's been about an hour. I don't hear any peeping though. I don't know if that cracked egg was from today or from before. I was gonna make a note on this video. I often get anxious and excited about chicks, and my incubator only fits about 40 eggs, so I usually pack all 40 full. Now, that's great, and it works out fine, except for the fact that when you collect your eggs over the course of 3 or 4 days, like these ones behind me here, and you keep turning them and waiting, well, those ones that I collected 4 days ago compared to the ones that I'm going to collect today to put in the incubator are going to hatch at different rates. So they'll be 4 or 5 days apart, maybe 6. You can only keep eggs in the incubator after they hatch. Chicks. You can only keep chicks in the incubator after they hatch for up to 72 hours. We like to do 50, 60 something. We do 2 days and then the next morning. So we go, whenever they start hatching, we count 24, 48, and then either later that night or the next morning, we pull them out. Just because I want to be able to feed them and get them into their spots where they're going to be. The ones out there are all snuggled under their heat plate, and they're doing good. So, but when you pack it full, all those, 28 eggs that had hatched into chicks, they're all running around in there for 2 days, knocking all the other eggs. So you're supposed to stop the egg turner on day 3 so that the eggs sit so that the chick can move itself and peck itself out. Now, if it's pecked a hole and it's been working 8 hours on this one spot and has the egg cracked, and a little chick runs by and rolls the egg upside down, well, now that chick thinks that that's how it's going to get out. So it's going to work and work and work itself to death trying to get out of a hole that's not, it's not going to come out. Or it's going to try and twist itself again and start over, and it might not have the energy to pull itself out of a brand new fresh start and make a new spot for it to come out. So packing it full can sometimes result in eggs not hatching the way they should because other chicks bump into the eggs and it rolls them over. There's actually 8. I didn't know that. I thought there were 7. But there's 4 white ones and 4 gray ones. It's hard to count when they're little and hiding in the box. So cute. So we're gonna keep one white one, a white doe, and then I have 1, 2, 3 already claimed, so that leaves 4 left. If anyone wants a bunny, they should be ready to go around Easter. Easter bunnies. Oh, mama. doing, little chick? I'm gonna put you with the rest of the little chicks. Come here. Come here.
Mommy, be on that shore. Like this.
It's my last day, Thursday, and I feel like, as usual, I got nothing accomplished. New eggs in the incubator. I checked the old ones. There's no peeping. The crack on that one it didn't look good. So I got it loaded up with mostly Cochin eggs. And then, you know, as usual, a few others for random which one is this one game. It is only 65% humidity in there and 99 degrees. So, and of course, I lost the piece that I had Chris print me out. My incubator, the egg turner piece has a little connector. I lost it last time. I changed it out this time and I seen it and I swear it was right there. And I came back in and I picked it up to put it back in and I lost it. It's not there. So I have no idea where it is, but that means that I am hand turning these eggs. So 3 times a day, I have to come and swivel them. So it's going to be when I get up, late afternoon, and then when I get home from work time. Bringing the bunny some water. All these little things I do seem to add up and take hours out of the day. I changed the ducks' water, and now the sprinkler's going, watering that back garden right there. I took the babies from the Silky and Broody Mama over here, and I put them on the back porch with the other ones, which, you know, I didn't notice how much littler they were until I put them back there. They were pretty tiny compared to the others, and the others are only 4 days old. Come on, baby bunnies. Babies are learning how to eat and drink. They're almost ready for their own homes. New home babies. I have to move this pile because that's how I clean out the rabbit pen until there's a pile. I just grab and pull it all out the front door and it falls right there. We are going to plant potatoes today because I found, I'll show you in a minute, but we're going to plant them over here. I've been taking the rabbit bedding and the chicken bedding that I did pull from the brooder and putting it back here in a long wide row. It's probably about 4 feet wide, 20 feet long. Goes right down to right before the trampoline. That's where the gray water wash off is for the laundry, so I don't want to go too far that way or the potatoes will rot. So I have to grab that bedding that's over there and put it over here at the end right here in this last little empty spot. But here are potatoes that I found in the back hall. They were in the bag like this, so me and the girls cut them out of the bag since they were growing through the bag, and we were going to go plant them over in that pile this afternoon so we can have our potatoes back here started. Those are just regular russet potatoes. So it'll be nice that we have regular potatoes because I'm sure that's what the people will want, because in my experience that's what people want. It's what they know, and the regular, they're not going to want to buy the purple potatoes or the pink potatoes because they're weird and different. People are predictable and funny like that. But I found this the other day. This is a potato. This is our smaller compost pile back here, and there's a potato growing out of it. So I grabbed some more bedding and mulched around it. And we're gonna just keep an eye on our compost pile potato. And in a couple months, pull out some potatoes from the compost pile. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, honey. Hello, tiny spazzes. What are you all doing? That sounded gross, man. Why are you so weird? She was moved into here because she was caught eating the eggs that Silky was trying to hatch. She was sitting on. She repetitively ate them, but she's not eating her own, which makes me think weird things like, I don't know, maybe she liked I don't know, the blood in the eggs. Like maybe it was more of an iron thing rather than a calcium thing. Because she's not eating her own eggs. She just wanted to eat the half incubated eggs. She ate about 4 of them before I put her in here. But there's only 3 or 4 left to hatch. So once they hatch in the next day or 2, I can put her back with her flock. So over here, this Frizzle, he was given to me this morning, said that him and another rooster from his flock had been fighting. And that he was hurt and she couldn't keep him. She didn't want him to get hurt. Said that he was sweet. So we're looking forward to that. He's very pretty. He's like a blue-gray, and then he's got patches of buff, like a reddish on his wings. So I really want to incorporate him with the other ones. The bunnies are surrounded by chickens and they don't really know what to do. I moved all the tomatoes outside. They were standing up. I just watered them because it's super hot. But I moved all the tomatoes outside. I am getting ready to transplant some stuff in the garden this afternoon. Still super hot, but all the beets, remember how I had said I didn't see anything? Well, they are all coming up. So I'm not worried about them anymore because I've been thinning them, and it looks like I still, even like right in here, right, need to thin them some more again. But there's going to be plenty of beets, hopefully. I love beets. These little rings are flowers. There's some straw flowers, which are really pretty in bouquets, and they last, and you can have them in dried flowers. I planted the mums that I had in the fall, so those will live, hopefully, through the summer. I have some sage, like the salvia sage plants. There's purple, which is this pretty one down here. There's a purple one. I got a bluish one. There's a red one is the newest ones. This is going to be the pincushion flowers. Those are some of my favorites. And these are the straw flowers. The carrot beds, I'm going to get the broad fork and I'm going to poke it in there and pull up the rest of the carrots and try to add some more. Probably like leaves and stuff because it's really thick and heavy. So I'm going to add something lighter. We planted some cabbage here, so hopefully that goes. This is celery, and it doesn't get very big. It's like pencil size because it's so hot here. But that's what I have started planted over here on this side, and I'm going to pull it up. And then after I get it all spaced out, I'm going to take off this black plastic because I figured this black plastic will make everything get super hot and bolt faster. I used to like to try to leave it down for the weed barrier so that the weeds didn't compete with the plants, but I think that it just warms up the ground too much. too fast and makes my cold crops bolt when it's in the spring. There's some dandelions and stuff that I've left in here, along with the pincushion flowers, the straw flowers, and then these pretty plants that are gonna, oh, there's one over there. There's one right here too. This actually might be that white dill that I had. It's very pretty. But supposedly the sap can irritate your skin. But I had grown it for bouquets, so hopefully they do good. Here's my flower patches though. I have some of the carrot flowers in here too. See, it looks just like a carrot coming out of there. I had 4 cabbage plants that I had in a thing from the fall that I had just left in the tray. So I finally put those out, so hopefully they do okay. In this, sorry, gotta break off the old stuff from the mums. Old growth, there we go. Okay. We have dandelions in here for the bees and for the roots. Lettuce in here. It's really dry in here, this raised bed. That's why we don't really do raised beds, because they get so dry so fast. I have to finish planting some lettuce here. There's some more lettuce and stuff here. And then 3 trays down there that I have to finish planting. There's some collard greens down there that I have to plant. I'm going to harvest some of these kalettes for the market this Saturday. I probably have 2 or 3 bags. Probably can't see because so. Isn't that cool? Then I have the sweet peas that are coming up on these tomato fences. Radishes all right here. Hopefully end of next month they'll be okay. And then my lettuce, I gotta water it in the afternoons to try and keep it from bolting, because all of the tatso that we have planted down here is bolting, but I'm gonna save the seeds because it didn't get to even do anything, and we love tatso. But here's our little lettuce heads. Then I finished planting more lettuce over here the other day, and then this side is kale, which looks struggling. Then over here I have some kind of, well, this says cauliflower and green Brussels sprouts. There's probably purple Brussels sprouts, and then I have some other kind of early sprouting broccoli over next to the greenhouse. I have to move this volunteer elderberry out here with the other elderberries. I finally have nasturtiums this year, and I'm just praying that they stay with me, because there's random nasturtiums in places where I threw the seeds out, so they had a chance to start growing it where they were placed. Pincushion flowers, straw flowers, snapdragons, a tiny azalea bush, and then my elderberry bushes are just doing awesome. Plum tree, which is starting to send off buds, looks great. Elderberry. Then I'm gonna put that random elderberry probably right here somewhere. I have enough room, I think, for 2 or 3 more elderberries between the corner of this fence and the other elderberry bush. We thought about putting a gate in here too, because this is the only side of the garden that doesn't have a gate. So I thought about having Chris put another post like right here, so we could have a gate on this side or this side, but put a gate on this edge of the garden. I started mulching. I had 6 bags of mulch, but of course they didn't go far at all. I got half of my canna lily bed. a little tree that I had moved because I like these trees. I don't know what they are. A redbud tree, which is really pretty and like fiery red leaves. And then these circles with my gladiolas. This year I'm going to spray neem all over the gladiolas when they start coming up a little bit more to make sure that whatever bugs were eating them last year do not eat them this year. And I have to lay out all the mulch. They take so much. Each of them takes like 15 bags of mulch. So I need to go get 35 bags of mulch right for this front here. Oh, maybe 40 with the mailbox. I gotta try and remember the mailbox because the sprinkler doesn't reach the mailbox, and it has a clematis plant on it. I've been watering the sidewalk perennials. And then I have the flower garden. One of the roses looks like it's coming back okay. I think that's supposed to be a white one. I have to pull down all this bindweed, as you guys call it. But the morning glories, I'm trying to bring myself to make another Baker's Creek order because they have those morning glories that I wanted back in stock, the Japanese Imperial ones. So I really want to get those. Climbing. Were supposed to be, I thought, like an orange. Like I'm looking for an apricot or like a bright orange color rose, but they were more like a pink coral rose. But I got climbing roses on each side for now. Daffodils are still coming up. All the canna lilies are coming up. I gotta cut their last year's growth back. The magnolias are beautiful. It's my Aunt Alexandria bushes. I have two. I have one over there too. But this one's definitely the better one. We have some pansies. Some more of those flowers that are over in the other garden, the white dill looking flowers. More pincushion, of course. I'm pretty sure these are more white dill that I planted the other day, and more pincushions. We have last year's cone flowers. Echinacea is coming up. I'm going to plant more, but this is what's coming up from last year. My hydrangeas are starting to come back. They have little buds on them. Mint is doing awesome. I planted the fennel the other day, the bronze fennel. I gotta get right here and move all this and rake up the back side. I gotta plant parsley, and cilantro will go on this side. Our oregano made it. It's right there from last year, but it looks like the thyme did not. So I had to buy more rosemary because I'm going to try doing cuttings this year of rosemary, but I can't grow rosemary from seed. I've tried multiple times and I can't seem to make it work. I have some lemon balm. I have to get the dill over here and plant the rest of the dill. I have one dill planted. Well, actually there's 3 plants there, and then the lemongrass. This is some stock that I bought. I've also tried to grow it from seed and it wouldn't grow. But these are some stock flowers. They're really pretty. I was hoping to be able to use them in cut flower bouquets because all the magazines that you see them in always have like these big lush flowers. They do not look anything like that. I don't know where people in these magazines like this. But then like a stalk of them. And that is not. That is like 3 flowers. Some more nasturtiums. And then a bunch of pincushions and whatever. I think that, or at least I hope, that these are the larkspur. I threw a bunch of those seeds in, and I have yet to see what they look like, so I don't know what the little baby plants look like. But if anyone's grown larkspur, hopefully that's what they look like. Let me know. A lot of the plants from last year are coming back, which makes me happy. Some Easter lilies are coming out. girls. Or maybe they're just wilted in there. More of the same this time of year. My chamomile's all right here. I'm going to plant some more probably. And then I moved whatever these flowers might be. I think there's some small white flowers again. And I think this is some stock. I mean status. So, and those are some of my favorite for cut bouquets. So definitely status is one. And that is all the gardens out here. So now I must let you go and go sit in the 80-degree sun and plant some lettuce. So I guess that's that. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't conform, be transformed.